Hello, I'm Joey Lester. My father, Richard Lester, and I are the lead attorneys for the National Age Injured Motorcyclist Program, or AIM program as we call it. Attorneys who ride, helping bikers all across the country. If you have an accident in the United States or Canada, we will, along with our locally licensed AIM attorneys, supervise your case personally. So you'll have the lead attorneys taking care of your accident case and its numerous problems. These AIM attorneys are some of the best litigators in fine areas of the law that can help you get the best results. We have local associates we can bring in or refer you to who can help you if it'd be best for your situation. So you'll have the best attorney or attorneys for your particular case and problems. My father and I see to that personally, so you get the best results and the most money in your pocket for what you're going through. You only get one chance at a recovery, and the wrong attorney can be disastrous. In multi-state cases where the accident happens in one state and you live in another, as in when you're on the way to Sturgis or Daytona, our office is even more valuable. We'll have an attorney in the state where the accident happened, where the lawsuit will have to be brought, and an attorney in the state you live in, who will know how to best deal with your own insurance company's issues. The law offices of Richard M. Lester has been helping bikers since 1982. Have had over 50,000 motorcyclist accident victims come to us over the years. Our AIM attorneys have collected almost $250 million for our clients. We deal with everything from small soft tissue muscle injury cases to many large catastrophic injury or death cases. Our offices work on a contingency fee basis, which means that if we don't get you a recovery, we get nothing. That is, no fee for whatever work we did. But if we do get you a recovery, we get a percentage of that. We're in it together. We have offices all over the country to serve you. I was awarded the Silver Spoke Award by the National Coalition of Motorcyclists for my legal work on behalf of motorcyclists. My father, Richard Lester, was awarded its highest honor, the Ron Roloff Lifetime Achievement Award for his long legal career on behalf of bikers. The AIM program is endorsed by the National Coalition of Motorcyclists and over 2,000 motorcycle groups across the country, including rights organizations, motorcycle clubs, sport biker groups, Christian rider groups, etc. We have over 8,000 motorcycle shops in our independent shop program that recommend us to their patrons. Most of our business comes from word of mouth, one biker telling another because of the trust we've built over the years by the help we've provided. Now, if you are unfortunate enough to get in an accident, the most important choice you can make is getting the right attorney to help you through this difficult, frustrating process. Getting the right lawyer for the job can mean the difference between success and failure. So what do you look for in an attorney? An attorney who knows motorcycles, motorcycle accidents, the mechanics of how it all works, knows how to deal with biker bias, an attorney who understands that you want your bike fixed yesterday. Generally, you want an attorney who can take care of your motorcycle accident issues. Attorneys who do not handle a lot of motorcyclists as clients may not understand a lot of these issues. You want to make sure the attorney you choose has the resources to be able to fight for your case, which can take $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 or more in cost to be able to bring a case to trial. The insurance company knows who the strong offices are and who the weak offices are. Now, on the other hand, you want to make sure the office is not so large and impersonal that you never get a call back to answer your questions. An office that will treat you with respect and not look down on you because you're a biker, you have tattoos or whatever. Much of the time we'll send one of our biker attorneys or a seasoned accident investigator out to see you. Now I want to talk to you about the law and insurance coverages. My first and best advice to you is not to give any written or recorded statements to anyone representing the other party's insurance company. And limit what personal contact you have with them as much as possible. Limit what you say. They're definitely not on your side. And don't have to play fair. They can twist and turn what you say. A lawyer insulates you from that. Take note, the information provided here is intended to provide a limited background to help you understand your state's laws. It's not intended to replace getting proper legal advice and representation. Laws and case laws do change. At the time of this taping, this information was accurate, but may have changed since then. We do recommend before you take any legal action based on this or any legal information that you consult with a qualified licensed attorney. Preferably our offices, we are the best at helping bikers. Many states are pure comparative negligence states, which means that a party to an accident can be held liable for whatever percent they caused that accident. So even if it looks like you're at fault, we may be able to get you some recovery. One case in point is a case where we went to trial, and our client was ruled 80% at fault for speeding, pot, and some other issues. Yet we were still able to get a verdict for our client of $4 million after reduction for fault. In some states, if you're 50% or more than 50% at fault, you are barred from any recovery. And in a couple states, you can't recover if you're any at fault. States vary in time limitations on how long you have to bring a lawsuit or lose all your rights to recovery. If your case involves the government in any way, the rules are even more perilous. With some exceptions for minors, etc., if you miss these deadlines, your case is dead and gone. You should never wait to the last second in these matters. At least consult with an attorney early in these matters. States vary on what you are required to carry for insurance coverage, from $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, to as little as $10,000 per person and $20,000 per accident. This brings us to what I consider the most important coverage matter for bikers: uninsured, underinsured motorists. 75% of the time in a multi-vehicle accident, it's the four-wheel vehicle's fault. A large part of the drivers in the United States are uninsured, some places up to 30%. A large portion of those that are insured only have the minimal coverage, which in a serious accident is a drop in the bucket. I recommend that every motorcyclist get uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage of at least $100,000 to $300,000. This coverage comes into effect when it's the other party's fault and they have no or minimal insurance. So if you get in an accident and that person has no or insufficient coverage, we can get you up to $100,000 in recovery from your own insurance company, and in some states even more if you have multiple policies. If you own a home, you can get an umbrella policy with up to $1 million in coverage to help you in those catastrophic cases, and the coverage is relatively cheap. This coverage may also help you in hit-and-run situations. Many states require contact with the other vehicle or other proof of the other vehicle's existence to collect under your uninsured motorist coverage. Important note, your own insurance company is not always on your side. If your own insurance company can show that you were at fault or partially at fault, they can limit what they have to pay you under your uninsured motorist coverage. So you need to limit what you say to your own company. Don't be fooled into thinking they're your friend or they're on your side. A lawyer insulates you from that. You also need to get MedPay coverage. Usually limits are about $5,000. Without that, you personally have no medical coverage on the liability portion of your policy. Be sure you specifically request these types of coverages and higher limits. Full coverage does not always mean full coverage. Be specific and double check it. If you purchase a new motorcycle and are making payments, you may want to consider gap insurance, which will cover any leftover loan amount in case you owe more on the bike than it's worth and it gets totaled. The value of the vehicle usually drops as soon as you ride it off the lot. Remember, the other party doesn't have to fix your bike if it's totaled. They're only obligated to pay the reasonable market value of the motorcycle, which is not necessarily the money put into the bike. If you want your extra modifications such as chrome covered, you should get extras insurance added to your insurance policy. It's possible to get diminished value for your vehicle because a fixed vehicle is not worth as much as one that was never in an accident. This would only be from the other party, though, and not your own company. Some of our biggest fights are to get the right amount for property damage, and we don't even take a fee on it. Again, be sure to request these special coverages and double check it. Now, if you have health insurance, they'll pay your medical bills. However, now many require reimbursement if you get money from a third party. One of our biggest jobs is to get the medical insurance and the medical providers themselves to reduce down their liens so you get the most money in your pocket to help you get along with your life. We're very good in this area and know some special legal twists to help you out. I hope this information has been helpful to you. If you have any questions about accidents, insurance coverage, or other related issues, don't hesitate to call us. The advice is free. The offices of Richard M. Lester has been there for bikers for over 25 years. Don't get screwed. We can help. Call us, 1-800-ON-A-BIKE.